Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing just a good old classic get ready with me using a couple of new elf products, so if you're interested, keep on watching. So full disclosure, I already filmed this video once before last night. Why, you ask? Well, because of this product right here. This is the Elf Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade 410 Honey. Okay, now I pretty much am going to be using a couple of new elf products in today's video. One of them was going to be this one, but this played me for a fool. I'm gonna have to put in some clips so you can see the train wreck that happened to me last night. We're gonna look at this. Are you kidding me? So as you can see, that shade is not a match for me at all. Now why did I pick it? Because at my Target, this was actually the second darker shade that they had in the store. I'm pretty positive that they have more shades of this on actual, elf.com, but I just picked it up in store, thought it might be an okay match, but as you saw, it really wasn't. I feel like maybe if it was like more of a warm undertone and not neutral as it says there on the cap, maybe it would have looked not as gray, ashy on my skin, but you know what, I'm gonna take it back and get my $6 back from Target. Yes, I am. Yes, I surely am. So I'm refilming it because I just could not post that video looking as crazy as I was looking. So I'm gonna use some complexion products that actually match me today. Shocker, right? So I'm gonna go in and prime. I'm gonna be using two primers today. I'm gonna be using the NYX Angel Veil and the ColourPop Pretty Fresh today. I've been doing this lately. I've been liking to do a hydrating primer on like the perimeter of my face, and then the Angel Veil to kind of fill in pores and mattify in the center of my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So lately, I admit, I was sleeping. I was sleeping on Bates Motel. That show, the other day I woke up at like, I don't know, like 11 or whatever, and I was watching that all day. I looked at my phone and it was 5 o'clock. It put me in a time warp. Like, I don't even know where the time went, but it's so good. Now I'm going in with the Pretty Fresh everywhere else, but man, Bates Motel, I'm so glad I'm awake to it now, because that show was on TV for like a good minute, I'm pretty sure, and I never gave it a chance. But man, I have a new obsession and I am happy about it. Now that I'm all primed, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I'm gonna be using my NARS, what is this? Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and the shade Caracas. I definitely didn't pronounce that right at all, but so I recently got some box braids. I haven't had braids in like 4 or 5 years. I used to stay in box braids like constantly all the time, but then I cut my hair into a pixie a couple years ago and I couldn't get braids because I didn't have enough length for it. But I grew my hair out a little bit and I got myself some boxy braids and I really love them. And I went with this kind of like goldeny blonde color. I wanted to give like Beyonce vibes, like the honey blonde, but they didn't have that exact shade in the store, so I got this one. And I don't know if I'm living for it. Are we living? I don't know. I'm getting used to it, but nevertheless, I really like it. I'm gonna be using my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer in the shade Medium Deep. And recently, I've been really like scaling it back on my concealer usage lately. I've just been doing like that much under my eyes, and then a little dot right there, and that's it. I feel like my skin just doesn't like concealer buildup or like overuse of powder. So I've learned that now, and I'm just sticking to this amount. And I feel like when I blend it out, I get enough coverage under my eyes and I get enough brightness, and I'm perfectly fine with, the way it looks. So like I mentioned, I am not a powder girl. I do not like powder. My skin doesn't like powder. I just feel like I look overly like dry and like cakey when I set my skin with like any other setting powder. But this one, this is the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. I have mine in the shade Deep, And this is a baked powder. So what that means is that it's going to give your skin like a really beautiful kind of all over glow from within without being shimmery. So I'm taking it on a fluffier brush. This is my Real Techniques powder brush. And I'm kind of just doing a light dusting kind of everywhere besides where I highlighted with that Flower Beauty concealer. Just to kind of make things smooth so that when I go over with bronzer, I don't get any patching or skipping or anything. Just a really light, quick set. So now, I'm so excited because I think I found a crazy dupe. Okay, so I am really into this powder to set my under eyes. This is the Derma Blend Professional Illuminating Banana Powder. This stuff is beautiful underneath your eyes. I mentioned with this powder, it gives you kind of like an overall illuminating glow that's not shimmery whatsoever, and I love this stuff. But now this, my friends, is the Elf Halo Glow Setting Powder. I got mine in the shade medium. Now, if I'm not the first one to talk about this, I'm sure I'm not, but I'm gonna just keep saying it like I am because I am. But this stuff is very similar to the Derma Blend. A little bit of it into my cap. I'm taking my sponge here and just dipping it on in and just going in and setting my under eyes. You guys don't even understand how like proud and like accomplished I feel about buying this powder. Like, I just feel so amazing about it because it's so similar. It's crazy. I don't want to let it sit too long, so I'm gonna immediately go ahead and dust it off. I use this powder every single time I do my makeup to bronze. This is the ColourPop bronzer in the shade Rodeo Drive. As you can see, boy, have I used her up. Putting it on another big Real Techniques fluffy brush and just going in and giving myself some warmth. You know, every time I do my makeup, I pretty much use like the same product. So I've been trying my best to like, you know, switch things up so I don't get bored with it. But this bronzer is pretty much like a tried and true for me. I love the formula. I love the shade of it. So she might have to stay on for a little bit longer because I love this bronzer. For blush, I'm going to be using the Milani blush. This is the Color Harmony in the shade Bronze Burst. I love Milani blushes, okay? Milani has some really good blush. My other favorite from them is, this is the Milani Baked Powder Blush. This is Rosiero. I have used the mess out of this. I've had it for a really long time. And I use it like darn near every day to my makeup, but I feel like I have yet to like make a dent in it. Look at that. I haven't even hit pan on it yet. That's crazy. I love how a lot of them from Milani have like a built-in glow in them, so it just gives your cheeks like a pretty, you know, radiance. I love that. So I go back to school on Tuesday as I'm filming this, and today it is Friday, and I just this Christmas break, it seemed so long, but not long enough, you know. I'm using an oldie but a goodie today. I'm using my Anastasia Sun and Dipped Glow Kit for my highlight. Do you remember back in the day when everyone was talking about this palette? And now I feel like nobody does anymore. But I got mine like a couple of years ago, like after the hype had died down. But I'm gonna be using this today because I want to. Like, hate is a strong word, but oh, I hate my brows. I hate doing my brows. Let me clarify. I hate doing my eyebrows. It just takes me like, it probably adds like at least 20 extra minutes to my makeup routine that I don't need to add. You know what I mean? And they look like, I'd say third cousins, you know, maybe fourth. They're at the reunion together at least. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the eyes. So I'm gonna be using one of the new palettes from Elf today. This is the new Classics palette. And picked her up at Target the other day, and I believe it was only $14.99. I think I'll put the price somewhere on the screen somewhere so we can see for sure how much it was, but it definitely gave me a soft glam vibe, so I think that's the look that I'm gonna go for today with this palette. I actually think that I want to do a voiceover for this portion of the video, so I'm gonna do that and enjoy. So first things first, I added a little bit of concealer onto my eyelids to act as my primer base. And then I went in with a brush to blend that all out, making sure everything is nice and smooth, and so I had a nice blank canvas to work with. And then onto the palette. So the first shade I went in with was Truffle. And as you guys can see, Truffle was very powdery and had a lot of kickback and fallout, which doesn't bother me very much, but I'm just showing that to you guys. And I kind of just blended that into my upper crease area with a fluffy brush. I felt like Truffle was it's a light shade, but it had just a kiss of color that showed up against my skin tone to act as a really nice transition shade. Using a color switch to wipe off that same brush. And then I went in with Darling right next to that Truffle shade. And I feel like with a soft glam look, the ultimate key is to blend slowly and gradually and use similar colors and tones. So that's what I'm doing here. Darling is very similar to Truffle, just a little bit warmer. So I'm blending that right on top just to give me some, you know, a little bit of something. I'm laughing because I was watching Jackie Anna video while I was filming, so if you see me laughing, that is why. And then to deepen things up slightly, I went into Muse with a different brush, dropping things, of course. But I added Muse into my eye socket area, taking that very I'm using caution with this shade because I don't want things to get too dark. I want things to be very light and airy, so I blended that out. At this point, I was hot, y'all, and I was over it, so I'm trying to get things over as quick as possible. But to finish it off, I ended up using the two lightest shades in the palette to act as my lid shade. I wanted to do a shimmer there, but the shimmers were not cooperating, probably because I was using a brush. If I used my finger, it might have looked a little bit better, but like I said, I was over it, so I went in with a brush. And then I'm taking a smudge brush and smudging that out a little bit so I can get things a little bit more blended and smoky down there. And then using a pencil brush, I'm taking a couple of those brown shades from the palette and blending that out and smoking things out slightly. And then I finished off the look with a lash and a nude lip combo, and that was the completed soft glam look. Hi. So I'm editing currently, and I just want to say that I'm aware of my lash. As you can tell, it is not on in my inner corner whatsoever, and it's like flopping everywhere. I know. I actually can never ever get a lash to stick there because my eyes are so sensitive and they water so bad that the glue doesn't even stick there. So yep, that's all I wanted to pop in and let you know that we know it's a thing, but it's fine. So just enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so this is the completed finished look, you guys. I think it looks really, really good. The eyeshadow palette is actually like pretty top notch, I would say. I think it was only like $14.99. If not, I'll put the right price somewhere up on the screen for you guys, but for that much, I think that is a really, really good eyeshadow palette. I just did a really simple soft glam type of a look using only a couple of shades, and I love how it turned out. That powder, you already know. I love it. I think my skin looks super smooth underneath my eyes, and I think it just gave me a really pretty natural soft glow to my skin, and I'm absolutely in love with it. And that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.